I had a permission
Hmm.
from none other than the Honorable Governor. My lord, the police, despite everything, my lord, whoever the police officers were present at the site, those persons, my lord, whoever the police, on whosoever's instructions, my lord, those persons, my lord, should be at least, my lord, called upon to give an explanation to your lordship as to what prompted them to prevent, my lord, the leader of the opposition.
Is the governor under house arrest? No. Why are you not permitting the others to visit the governor with permission? I will dismiss the writ petition. Permit them to enter.
This is at the instance of, my lord, the incidentally, he is the leader of the opposition, and a victim of, my lord, post-poll violence is the petitioner number 2, who is also present in court. Now, my lord, the grievance immediate is, my lord, we were, apropos our communication made, my lord, at page 25, through my principal secretary, private secretary, my lord, to the Honorable His Excellency the Governor, my lord, seeking to meet the Governor along with, my lord, certain victims of post-poll violence. My lord, this was the communication made by the Honorable Governor's office, my lord, page 26. Please refer to your letter dated such and such, received through email. I am directed to inform you that the Honorable Governor of West Bengal is pleased to meet Sri Shubhendu Adhikari, Honorable Leader of the Opposition, alongside with other persons at 4 p.m. on 13th June at Raj Bhavan, Kolkata. Now, my lord, on the 13th of June, that is yesterday, there was complete, my lord, blockade, created at the instance of the police personnel, who prevented the leader of the opposition to even, travel down the Raj Bhavan gate and to meet His Excellency the Honorable Governor. The reason ascribed by the police apparently was that you can't go in a 144, CRPC, the area is, there's an implementation of 144 around the area, so therefore you can't travel with people to Raj Bhavan. And citing that, the petition number 1 was prevented to enter Raj Bhavan or to meet His Excellency the Honorable Governor with, the victims of post-poll violence. Two things. There cannot be two laws for two sets of individuals. The ruling dispensation, whenever they wanted, they conducted a program just outside Raj Bhavan, North Gate. Everyone, it was known to everyone. It was done. And, it continued for a period, at least at a stretch for approximately a week, definitely 5 days, 6 days, the program was running. And, my humble submission to your lordship is, these persons with whom the petitioner number 1 wanted to travel, to travel with to the Raj Bhavan, they are apparently persons, who are homeless today. They can't travel back to their houses. There is a huge, possibility.
Tell me one thing. Did your client, the petitioner number 2 at least, lodge any complaint with regards to
Page 28. 27 and 28.
before the governor? Before the police, was any complaint lodged that they are the victims? She is the victim of post-poll violence.
What she has written here is page 28. That is what I have. And, my lord, then is a letter addressed to the Honorable, to the Secretary of His Excellency the Governor at page 29. And complaint against the Kolkata police is also to the His Excellency the Honorable Governor.
So right now you only want to visit.
I want, my lord, page 29 kindly comes.
Yes.
But I want two things. First is, my lord, I had a permission from none other than the Honorable Governor. My lord, the police, despite everything, my lord, whoever the police officers were present at the site, those persons, my lord, whoever the police, on whosoever's instructions, my lord, those persons, my lord, should be at least, my lord, called upon to give an explanation to your lordship as to what prompted them to prevent, my lord, the leader of the opposition. My lord, maybe, my lord, they don't toe a particular line.
Very well. So this is one of your
That is
reads
one,
and the
and
other.
2 is 29, page 29, last paragraph.
Hmm.
Under such circumstances, it is requested that Your Excellency takes immediate steps against the erring police officials who defied the orders of your good office granting appointment to the leader of the opposition at such and such, and also gave C. Odhikari another appointment to visit Raj Bhavan along with the delegation of victims of post-poll violence, which is being perpetrated unabated since 4th of June. Now, my lord, there are complaints apparently, my lord, appended to the present writ petition, which show that how, my lord, these persons have become suddenly victims of crime, victims of post-poll violence, inasmuch as, my lord, from the 4th, when the election results were declared, my lord, till the 6th, my lord, there have been series of allegations. Some of the allegations must have come to your lordship. Some of the allegations have gone to the honorable division bench by way of a public interest litigation as well. My lord, what I am respectfully submitting to your lordship, in West Bengal, there cannot be two laws for two different sets of
Very
persons.
well, I have followed. Is the governor under house arrest? No. Why are you not permitting the others to visit the governor with permission?
My lord, the contention which has been placed before the court is not what had actually happened.
All right. If that is so, do you have any objection if they go over there?
May I say this, my lord? Whether, my lord, your lordship will entertain this writ petition or not, based on certain incorrect facts, but that is,
I will dismiss the writ petition. Permit them to enter.
my lord, may I say this, my lord? First is, well, this is an abuse of the process. Why I say this, my lord? This gentleman, my lord, came in a black Scorpio at around 4:40. Where did he come? He came, my lord, diagonally opposite Lalit Great Eastern Hotel. His PA named some Roth.
Whoever.
Chandranath Roth came down, met the DC who was posted over.
Present.
The DC asked him that please give us the details, how many persons, how many cars will go inside. Then that gentleman went inside the Raj Bhavan premises. We have all the footages. Everything is there. He came out but does not come back and contact the police and disclose that we want 100 people to go or 10 people to go or so many cars to go inside. Therefore, my lord, this gentleman does not come back and contact us. This is first part. The second part is, your lordship will find me from the averments in the writ petition as well as from the letter at page 29, that allegedly, my lord, the leader of the opposition was not even allowed to come towards the Raj Bhavan premises or the main gate, or that south gate. I think that's called the south gate. That is not so. He did not come down from the Scorpio at all. He came down for the purpose of entering Raj Bhavan. He came down from the Scorpio, came a few steps, briefed the press. Thereafter, there was no attempt. He could brief the press over there. Everything is over here. Now, my lord, that is why, my lord, I very respectfully submit, my lord. And may I tell you, lordship, my lord, in course of the day, whoever wanted to go into the Raj Bhavan, because there are CCTV footages, other demonstrators were there, various other representations were there, we had allowed them.
So you are not objecting to the entry in the Raj Bhavan. Let them go.
Subject to, my lord, subject to if the honorable
Permission.
governor permits.
Obviously.
And the other thing is, my lord, they have to give us some particulars. It cannot be a, my lord, indefinite number, indefinite car, indefinite number of people. Yes. Because the governor's office informed us that there would be meeting. Some people will be meeting at 4 o'clock.
All right.
The
So
petition
they were out of time.
that's not the main concern. It's for the governor to maintain his time. But so far as we are concerned, that was the intimation that had come from the governor's office to us. But, my lord, the representation before the court that the police had prevented him from accessing even the Raj Bhavan gate, southern gate, but in my very respectful submission is incorrect. But I would, my lord, because this thing should come to an end by Miller not placing appropriate facts, invoking the jurisdiction of the court, Miller. Whatever your lordship directs, Miller, of course, Miller, that will be Miller obeyed. There is no dispute on that. But in this matter, at least, Miller, I would like to, Miller, file an affidavit with
Very
all the evidences that we have.
Very well.
Milord, since it is Milord falling from the learned advocate general, and he has been Milord,
And kindly, see,
revealed
Miller,
under, Milord, I am not disputing, but perhaps he is not properly instructed.
yes, it may be.
Milord,
That's why I'll
Milord,
place
Milord,
the
my
evidence.
instructing advocate was present. I am telling your lordship, Milord, he tells me to Milord inform your lordship that he is also agreeable to file an affidavit as to what exactly transpired on the day. Milord, I have the highest regard for Mr. Dotto, Milord. I have got nothing personal against him, but he is perhaps not properly instructed by his officers.
Very well.
And Miller, page 29, where I've given the name of the PA who had interacted with the DC. And kindly see page 29, that person is not lodging the complaint. At page 29, it's someone called Pradeep Kumar Chatterjee. I don't know whether at all he was present over there or not.
Pradeep Kumar present. He was present.
May or may not. I don't dispute that. But the person who had interacted.
Very well, I understand. But right now,
Yes.
possibly, I do not know what the protocol
But
demands.
one more thing, one more information, Miller. I do not know, Miller, whether it's of much relevance or not. Today, Miller, the Honorable Governor, Miller, has gone to a place, a house called Maheshwari Bhavan, where, according to them, Miller, the so-called post-poll victims have been housed. He is presently over there. He has met the post-poll victims, so-called post-poll victims. And I do not know, Miller, what.
No, I was just trying to understand possibly a changed schedule has to come from
Yes.
the governor
Yes, definitely.
because
In the event, Milord, the change, because we have prayed at least.
because from the learned AG's submission, it is clear that they are not objecting. This is what.
But not an indefinite number. There has
No, let the
Milord,
governor
it was,
take a
Milord, I
call.
tell your lordship,
How many
Milord, it was
number
200.
will they will go?
That it was 200 million as per our averment in the writ petition, approximately 200 জন।
Yes, this is what your.
And that is also page 25.
But there was no intimation to the police
Who
by.
gives the intimation? Is it from the governor's house or from the?
Well, I'll tell you, Lordship,
People-
Lord, what happens is every day, Millard, from the governor's house to the local police station, Millard, a sort of a schedule of the visitors or Millard other activities is provided. Here also it was provided. I'll not dispute facts. But from the side of the petitioner or Millard, the so-called.
Is additional.
There were
there is
no
a
information
requirement.
to us.
Is there an additional requirement of informing you?
Millard, the leader of the opposition is possibly a Z class category, Millard protectee.
All right.
Millard, according to Millard, they call a blue book and yellow book, whatever it is. Millard, wherever Millard, the leader of the opposition moves, a prior intimation has to be given to the entire route. Suppose he is coming from Midnapur to Calcutta. He will cross, say, 3 districts and say 20.
Police stations.
Therefore, Millard, he has to give me this information because he is with 4 commandos or 10 commandos, but they do not, Millard.
Are you responsible for giving protection to the
Everything, everything, every
You are-
route lining, everything is. In fact, Millard, there is a reported decision of this gentleman also, where Shivkant Prasad, yes, where Millard we have indicated that he has to give us information. It's finally my security. The 4 commanders who are with him, they are not their security. It's actually secure. Number 1. Number 2 is, Millard, the cars or the pilot vans. Pilot vans are not securities. Pilot vans, Millard, they only ensure proper traffic or smooth traffic. But every other thing is of the state.
So
Let
when the petitioner number 1 left his place, I don't know where from he started his journey. Did he not give, the police did not give the
Millard,
information?
according to us, it was not there. We had only got the intimation from the Raj Bhavan, Millard, in the usual course of affairs.
But then how did the pilot cars come? Without the track, they will not move.
No, I am told, Millard, immediate information is that yesterday he was without pilot van.
Lead security mobile.
He was without a pilot van.
It is his choice.
Chose not to take a pilot.
He did not
Very
want to, Millard, spend government money.
It's up to him. Tell me, first you have to obtain permission from the governor's house, from the office, and thereafter let the police know at least when you will go. The governor house will certainly give the pass on the information.
But had it not been so, then the area wouldn't have been cordoned off. So it presupposes that there was some information from somewhere.
No, he says that there was an information.
Therefore, Milord,
Timing
may not
was
be, Milord.
different.
He says, my senior
But
says
I'll
that.
clarify that also. I'll clarify that also. What has happened is, when any agitation takes place, it is common knowledge of the police that people start gathering at that place, not spontaneously, but in groups. It takes 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. It's my
Staggered way.
experience also. But there was an agitation in front of my house, where from 5 in the evening, my wife saw 2 or 3 people gathering in groups, and later on it outnumbered the entire area over there. But it doesn't happen, Milord, spontaneously that 500 people come together. So what had happened is, like all other gatherings like this, yesterday from 2:30 onwards, people started gathering over there in groups, 5, 6, 7, 8. Therefore, Milord, the police got the information, and
Right.
thereafter, Milord, the steps were taken. Because my fundamental duty in that area is to protect the governor's house. Therefore, it's not that my learned friend is saying that because Mr. Udhikari was to come, therefore we had sprung into action. That's not fact.
Very well. Please come. The petitioner number 1 is the leader of the opposition, and the petitioner number 2.
Milord, may I take
James.
your lordship's leave?
Thank you so much. Sorry for holding you back. I couldn't help because the
it is understood
minor
that we will be
child
permitted.
was there.
It is understood if we have the governor's, honorable
But I
governor's.
do not know, Milord. Mr.
He
Udhikari has visited
He
that
says-
house at least 50 times in the last
Yes,
1
he
year.
says he doesn't have any objection.
Why should there be an objection?
There was an objection. That's why this matter. But that's why the matter.
Please,
Doesn't matter, the
He-
matter
he-
happened.
you can leave.
It matters,
Hmm.
that's for the professional,
To be
that is for the professional.
a victim of the post-poll violence stuff. The petitioners had an appointment with the governor on 13th June 2024
এই রাজু,
at 4 p.m.
তুমি কি করছে?
stuff.
পয়সা রোজগার করতে
The
যাচ্ছে?
request made by the
বল, পয়সা বল
private
করতে।
secretary of the leader of the opposition
কালকে-
dated 12th June 2024 seeking permission to meet the governor
Hospital.
along with
ভালো হতে পারে।
200 victims of post-poll violence was allowed. Stop. Next. The petitioners, on the strength of the permission granted by the OSD and EO, stop, Senior Special Secretary, comma, Governor's Secretariat, dated 12th June 2024, reached the Governor House, but alleges that the petitioners were prevented from entering the house. Stop. Next. A complaint was forwarded by the private secretary of the petitioner number 1 to the secretary of the Honorable Governor on the same date via electronic mail at 6:43 p.m. Stuff. Paragraph. The petitioners submit that the MP of the ruling party dispensation conducted a demonstration for a couple of days in front of the governor house.
Across the north gate.
Acha. Across the north gate of the governor house. And the police permitted the said demonstration to continue. Stop.
South gate, হ্যাঁ।
In the present case,
তুমি কি বলছো আমাকে?
the petitioners
সব খুলে ফেলুন।
were stopped entry at the governor's house allegedly because
ঠিক না?
the number of persons who would enter the governor's house along with the leader of the opposition was not disclosed before the police. Stop paragraph. It has been submitted that the request seeking permission to visit the honorable governor clearly indicated that almost 200 victims of post-poll violence would visit the governor's house, headed by the leader of the opposition. Stop paragraph. The petitioners allege that the state police deliberately restrained the petitioners and the other members to enter the governor's house. Stop paragraph. Prayer has been made to permit the visit, subject however to the permission granted by the Secretariat of the Honorable Governor. Stop. Prayer has also been made for taking appropriate action against the police officers who restrained the petitioners to enter the governor house despite there being a permission for the same. Stop paragraph. Learned Advocate General denies the allegation of the petitioners. Stop. It has been submitted that permission was granted. It has been submitted that information was passed on from the governor's house to the police regarding visit of the leader of the opposition at around 4 p.m. Stop. The convoy of the leader of the opposition arrived at the spot at around 4:40 p.m. Stop. Inquiry was made with regard to the number of persons who would enter the governor's house. Stop. Without giving
And the number plate of the cars.
Number plate.
Numbers of the cars. Cars
which would enter.
Yes.
Oh.
That they will not get it in any way.
Acha.
No, no, they have to give that number.
Well, but I kindly record that I am disputing the submissions of the honorable. I'm sorry.
And the vehicle numbers of the cars which would enter the governor's house. Stop. As the aforesaid details were not passed on to the police, and as the petitioners did not seek any further made any further request to enter the house. Accordingly, the allegation that the petitioners were resisted from entering the house is incorrect. Stop. It has been submitted that the police is required to maintain security of the governor house and the area in question. Stop. It has been submitted that all the video footages of the incidents on the said date have been recorded. Stop. Next paragraph. The learned Advocate General has clearly mentioned that the leader of the opposition visited the governor house on a number of occasions earlier, and there was no resistance from the police. Stop. This time also, the police would not resist the entry, provided there is no law and order issue. Paragraph. From the submission made on behalf of the parties and upon perusal of the documents annexed to the writ petition, it appears that appointment was given from the Secretariat of the Governor on 13th of June 2024. Stop. For visiting the Governor, a fresh request has to be made, and if the
No, we have already made.
whatever, and if there is and if permission is granted, comma, then the petitioners may visit the governor's house. Stop. Next. The petitioners shall intimate the police the number of vehicles and the vehicle numbers, along with the number of persons who would enter the governor house with permission.